Hi, this is Kimberly with My Craft Spot, and today I'm going to show you how I made these fun 3D pumpkins. They're really cool. There's a different pattern on each section, and this is not my original idea. I first saw this at my local craft store, and I thought, oh, I have to make these. These are too cute. So I'm going to show you first what I did was on my Gypsy. I wanted them all to be identical. So I went ahead and I just used the George cartridge to make a circle, and this circle is 5.35 wide and 4.99 high. So that's my biggest one. And then I took a little line, and the line is the L from the George cartridge, and I stretched it out and widened that until, let's see, I better, so now you can see the line. Okay, so it's 0.27 wide and 4.73 high, and that's because I rotated it over on its side so that it would cut out the line. So when it cuts out, you just get this part right here, and it cuts off the bottom. And that way they're all identical, and it makes it so much easier to go ahead and put those together when it's time. So that's the big one. And then the smaller pumpkin, that's this one right here, is also a circle. Whoops, blurry. And the circle is 3 inches high. Okay, and then I decided I'm going to do an oval one. So it's a little bit taller, skinnier pumpkin. So this is also the oval from the George cartridge, and it is 3.62 high, and I did stretch it. To do that, you have to turn off this little lock so that they don't get bigger together. And so I can just do the width. And so the width is 4.50 and the height is 3.62. So we'll go ahead and show you how that cut out. Alright, so each piece looks like this when you cut it. And see how it has the flat bottom so that it will stand up. If you look at this circle, you can see that it was a half, a circle with just the line on the bottom. So, alright, so the next thing you're going to do is fold it in half so there's a crease. Now you want your pattern to be on the inside, so you just line those edges up and crease it, and there you have your patterns. So I could have chosen either side, but then you just adhere them together like that, and you keep adding pieces. Now I've already done, you need 8 for each of these, and I've already done 6 of them and put them together. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in the other 2. So to do that, it's really simple. Let me move these out of the way a little bit. I'm just going to take my ATG gun and go along the edges there, and then I just put the piece in here and line it up. Whoops, didn't line it up perfectly, I guess. Whoops, okay. Just line that up with that edge and press it down, and then I have one more. So on this one I'll have to do the adhesive on all the sides. So just line it up again. Okay, so then I would have just the one side to put in. And actually I think before I do that, before I glue that together, I am going to make the stem that goes right there in the center. Now to do that, I cut a piece of a Q-tip off, and I used the red tape and put a little piece that I wrapped around this edge so it's kind of sticky right there. Okay, so we'll set that down for a minute. And the next thing I did was I took my Martha Stewart fringe scissors and just cut the fringe. This can be however tall you want your stem to be. Mine is a little bit, probably about an inch wide. Okay, so I've already inked this part of it along the top fringes, and you remember this already has the sticky part on it, so I'm going to take it and just start rolling it until it's about as thick as I want. Now this was a 12-inch strip of paper. I'm not going to need that much. I bet I only need 6 inches, so I didn't know how much I would want, so I'll trim that right there. So about 6 inches. Okay, now I'm going to put, well, I want to make sure this doesn't come undone. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit more of the red tape on it. You could also use a glue dot. This is just what I had handy. So I'm going to put that right there. Rip that off, okay, and make sure it's tight again. And this way I can stick this little thin part into the pumpkin and not have this big thick piece of the rolled end. So let's see. Aha, there we go. So that'll fit right in there. Now I am going to go ahead and put, oh, maybe just one more little piece of the red tape along this. Like I said, you could use glue dots. Oops. And we'll rub some of that off, and it really likes to stick to that Q-tip, so that's good. All right, and we'll find our opening again, and there we go. All right, now let's go ahead and adhere the last 2 flaps together. All right. Okay, so there's my pumpkin so far, and it's my tall, skinny one. And we'll fluff out the stem a little bit. And now it needs a little bit of decoration on it. I'm going to go move some of this stuff out of the way. Now this stamp, the stamps on all of these came from the Happy Thanksgiving stamp set. It has a really some fun sayings and some really beautiful fonts. And let's see this one. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. This one says Autumn Wishes, and this one says Let's Talk Turkey, and that's the one we're going to use. Now I'm going to tie this jute string. This is new in my Craft Spot store also, and this is the Bittersweet color. It's kind of an orangish red, kind of a rusty orange color. Okay, so we got that tied on there, and let's add the tag. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and tie that just one time to kind of secure the tag in place. Okay, now I did ink this with the Walnut Distress ink, and I actually waited until it was assembled to ink it. So let me see if I missed any pieces, the new ones I put on. Okay, so it just made it so the edges of the pumpkin where we adhered them together were actually inked as well. And so it just turned out better, I thought, inking it after it was assembled. And then I also added a tag to it, tied it all on with the new jute twine that I have. This one's Bittersweet, and this one is olive green, and then there's a brown that's dark. And so that's how you make them. They're really easy and would make a really fun decoration, I think. So thanks for watching.